Hello everyone, welcome to the Homeland Defense Podcast. This is the first episode, just trying to test out a couple things, sorry for the crappy camera, and just saying, just cause I am very young for doing a podcast, don't say, oh, all this information sucks, cause he's a kid, he doesn't know anything about football, cause he's a kid. So today we are going to go over seemingly all, the quarterback options for the New England Patriots for 2021. As you know, this past season we had Cam Newton, not really a good quarterback. I mean, he is a good quarterback. It's just like, I don't think he really worked in the system really well. So, we are not going to be talking about Cam Newton. Cam Newton's out of the question. Jarrett Stidham, I'm probably going to make a one-off video just talking about if Jarrett Stidham starts for the next season. So yes, please take this into consideration that I'm only doing free agents and trades. So starting off with the free agents, we got Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, as you know, has been healing an ankle injury ever since that game against the Giants where he basically snapped his ankle. It was a very brutal injury. I saw it live. Very scary. But still, I honestly think if Dak Prescott could make it to the Patriots, he could succeed in time. Like right now, if Dak Prescott was put onto the Patriots roster and we made no other roster changes and they just leaped into the 2021 season, he would not work as a Patriots quarterback. Mostly because I'm not saying that he needs these things to succeed, because I honestly don't think that, but all of his career he has had receivers like Dez Bryant, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, and running backs like Ezekiel Elliott, and crap like that. He's had a lot of weapons. He has a pretty good defense with Leighton Vander Esch and DeMarcus Lawrence. So I honestly don't think that he would be the best for the Patriots, mostly because I honestly don't think he would sign with the Patriots, because you see, why is there no receivers? Why is there no receivers? Like, we have receivers! We have receivers, okay? We have pretty good receivers. I'm sorry that we don't have DeAndre Hopkins or OBJ. Hopefully we could get OBJ. But, yeah, Dak Prescott, I would be very happy if he did make it to the Patriots, but I honestly doubt it. The next quarterback we have is Ryan Fitzpatrick. No. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. No. Ryan Fitzpatrick, hopefully, is not going to be the Patriots quarterback, mostly because I don't think Bill Belichick would do that. Bill Belichick is a head coach that really, really likes the long-term options. I don't think he was that thrilled that Cam Newton played super subpar this season and he couldn't extend his contract, mostly because Cam Newton wanted to hear, like, oh yeah, I'm going to win Comeback Player of the Year, oh yeah, I know everything, and I'm going to win Comeback Player of the Year, and then I'm going to leave the Patriots so I can go screw off on another team. But Cam Newton did play very subpar this season. I'm sorry if people thought he played really good. The stats show, like, he threw, like, more interceptions than touchdowns. I'm sorry, that's not what a New England quarterback should do. Even Matt Castle, when he played for Tom Brady in 2008, played better. And don't say, oh, well, Matt Castle didn't even make the playoffs that season. And he had Randy Moss and Wes Welker. And he had Aaron Hernandez. Like, who cares? Matt Castle still played amazing that season. It really didn't matter about the wide receivers. It sure was kind of a game manager, but that's what we were asking of Cam. We didn't ask him to throw down the field. He needed to be a game manager, but every single time he would, like, do a short throw. He would sling it to the guy, like, so hard where he couldn't even catch the ball. Cam Newton honestly doesn't know how to be a game manager, and if the entire offense isn't revolved around Cam Newton, then I honestly don't think it's going to work. But anyway, back to Ryan Fitzpatrick. I don't think that Bill Belichick would sign him because he's a very short-term option and he's a very inconsistent quarterback. One game he could throw 9 interceptions, the other game he could freaking win a playoff game. Like, nobody really knows about Ryan Fitzpatrick, man. So yeah, the next quarterback that we are going to look at is so these are the ones that we're going into the trade block now. We're going into the trade area. We're not looking at free agents anymore. So the next quarterback that we can trade for is Matt Ryan. His current contract is 3 years with $74.75 million, which we do have the cap room to get. But Matt Ryan, why would we get Matt Ryan? Matt Ryan is a very old quarterback. Not like very old. He's not like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady old. But like, come on, man. I don't think Bill Belichick is going to go grab Aaron Rodgers. That's not Aaron Rodgers. Not Aaron Rodgers. I keep talking about Aaron Rodgers. Matt Ryan, who he beat in a Super Bowl a couple years back, and he knows that Matt Ryan's wildly inconsistent and that the Falcons fell off as soon as they lost that Super Bowl. I honestly don't think Bill Belichick's going to try and gamble on that crap again. But yeah. So the next quarterback that we can acquire is Matthew Stafford. His projected contract right now would be 2 years, $45 million, fully guaranteed. Matthew Stafford isn't an old quarterback. I honestly think that he's pretty good. He's been very, very inconsistent. People are saying he's the only thing that made the Lions good. The Lions were never good! I get that he made a couple of playoff runs early in his career, but he hasn't been in the playoffs in like so long. Like, I honestly don't think if we got Matthew Stafford, this would like solve all of our problems. Like, he would throw amazing passes, and that's not what I'm trying to ask for. I'm not trying to ask for a quarterback that would make amazing passes like Tom Brady would. I'm just asking for a quarterback that can win games. I don't care how he wins the games, but Matthew Stafford, sure, he can come up clutch in some of those very clutch moments, but he cannot win a game. I'm sorry, he cannot win a game most of the time. I'm sorry, Lions fans, but that's why you're getting rid of him. Both of these quarterbacks that I just said got put on the trade block, by the way. So the next quarterback that we could acquire is Derek Carr. His acquired contract that we would get if we traded for him would be 2 years, $39.5 million. Derek Carr is a very, very, very good quarterback. I honestly think he is one of the more underrated quarterbacks in the league. Mostly because Derek Carr hasn't really had the best head coach in John Gruden. I'm sorry for all the Gruden fans out there, which there are none. I've never heard anyone say, my favorite head coach in the NFL is John Gruden. Even Raiders fans can say that they don't like John Gruden. I don't think anyone really likes John Gruden. He has not had the proper coaching staff, the proper teammates. When he got the proper teammates, like Khalil Mack and, oh yeah, what's his name? Amari Cooper, his freaking top wide receiver that he loved throwing to all the time. Gone. They were just gone. Shoveled away. Get away. No good players on the Raiders, apparently. They're probably going to shovel out Josh Jacobs in like a couple seasons when he becomes a god. Just watch. He's gonna get shoveled off to, like, a weird team like the Lions or something. But yeah, to be honest, Derek Carr on the Patriots, I could see it. It would be a very good matchup with Bill Belichick and Derek Carr. I honestly think that would be one for the better. So I do, in fact, like the Derek Carr thing. The next quarterback we could get is Deshaun Watson. The acquired contract we would get would be a 5-year contract for $146.5 million. Deshaun Watson is one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. He just had his best season of his career, and I honestly think that if we got Deshaun Watson, he's basically like Cam Newton 3.0. Like, he is amazing. He can scramble better than Cam Newton. He can throw better than Cam Newton. He doesn't need the best receivers. Like we just saw, they traded DeAndre Hopkins. The only receiver they had is Will Fuller. The only really good wide receiver we have is Julian Edelman. So, I mean, it would be a pretty good matchup for Deshaun Watson and Bill Belichick to go and make another playoff run. I honestly think if we acquire Deshaun Watson, we would honestly make the playoffs and might even win a Super Bowl. Okay, so the next quarterback we have is... Oh, we're going into a new section, the reunion section. We have... So, the first quarterback we have in the reunion section is one of my best case scenarios, Jimmy Garoppolo. The acquired contract we get was 2 years, $50.4 million. So, let me explain to you why Jimmy Garoppolo would be the best quarterback for the Patriots in 2021. Mostly because Jimmy Garoppolo never really wanted to leave New England. Robert Kraft made Bill Belichick trade him to the 49ers because Bill Belichick was thinking about trading Tom Brady, and Robert Kraft was like, nah, I want Tom Brady. So instead of keeping Garoppolo at like a third string QB or on the practice squad, at least they traded him. They sent him away so he can go lose in another Super Bowl with Kyle Shanahan. Not lose in another Super Bowl. He lost. He never lost at a Super Bowl before. So I mean, like, you know what I mean. So I honestly think that Jimmy Garoppolo coming back to the Patriots. Oh wait, yeah, I know how he would get to the Patriots. If you guys didn't know, there was a theory going around that since the 49ers do not have a lot of money and they're paying Jimmy G a lot of the money, they're either going to try and trade Jimmy G or release him because of how much cap space and how much dead cap space he is using. And for the 49ers, they really don't have the best offensive line. That's why they got Trent Williams. They're trying to upgrade the offensive line. I really do respect them for that because they're not like the Colts or the Texans that like get rid of their offensive line people every single year. I honestly think Jimmy Garoppolo coming back to the Patriots would put the Patriots back in Super Bowl town, mostly because the only year that Jimmy Garoppolo was fully healthy for the entire season, he went to the Super Bowl with the 49ers. Obviously, we need a couple more receivers, a couple more things just scattered around right here, over there, all around, you know. But I honestly do think that Jimmy Garoppolo coming back to the Patriots is the best case scenario for 2021. The next reunion we could potentially get is Jacoby Brissett with a projected contract of 1 year, $7.5 million. Jacoby Brissett, as you all know, when Jimmy Garoppolo stepped in while Tom Brady was suspended for Deflategate, he got injured in like the second game and Jacoby Brissett came in. Jacoby Brissett is a decent quarterback. I wouldn't even say good quarterback. He's an okay quarterback. He has good arm strength. I think he has the potential to be really good in the correct system. But the question is, would he be good on the Patriots? I honestly think yes. I honestly think he would succeed more than he did when he played for the Colts. He would succeed more on the Patriots. That's what I'm just saying. So I would not be mad if Jacoby Brissett was going to be the starter for 2021. But yeah, he's not my best case scenario quarterback. So the next quarterback that we are looking at is in a section called Tannehill type reclamation. As you know, when Ryan Tannehill played for the Dolphins, he sucked. But when he played for the Titans, he was just suddenly good again. So let's see what quarterbacks that are bad, and if they go to the Patriots, they can be suddenly good again. We got Mitchell Trubisky. Okay. Mitchell Trubisky is a decent quarterback. Mitchell Trubisky has led his team to the playoffs twice, both lost in the wild card round. He just got blown out by the Saints, and like he got blown out by the Saints a couple of weeks ago. This is not like this just happened. But then, you know, the doink happened and they lost in the playoffs because Cody Parkey doesn't know how to kick, apparently. He plays for the Browns now, by the way. I don't think many people know that he's the kicker for the Browns, except for Browns fans. But anyway, Mitchell Trubisky would be a pretty good option. I honestly don't think Mitchell Trubisky is a very bad quarterback. I honestly think he's a very good quarterback, but he's in the wrong system. The Chicago Bears system, again, They're thinking of trading Allen Robinson. Why would you do that? Well, I mean, Allen Robinson is mad at the entire thing. He has no real wide receivers. I think if the Patriots got a couple more wide receivers that are really good, like elite talent wide receivers, that Mitchell Trubisky could take them to the playoffs again. So Mitchell Trubisky would be a pretty good scenario for the Patriots. The next quarterback we have is Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota, as you know, plays for the Raiders now as a backup to Derek Carr. He came in somewhere in the middle of the season. I didn't watch the game. I know that he came in like mid-season or something in like fourth quarter. Or Derek Carr got injured or something. But Marcus Mariota, I honestly don't think would be that good of a quarterback for the Patriots. The Patriots, I just honestly don't see Marcus Mariota going to the Patriots. If he did, I mean, like, I really don't know enough about Marcus Mariota to give that projection. Marcus Mariota never really had impressive stats, impressive years, but he never really played for an impressive team. Like, he had, like, when Derrick Henry first got drafted, he was on the Titans with Marcus Mariota. I guess he had that one tight end that I always forget his name. I'm sorry that I forgot his name. But, anyway, I just honestly don't think that we would trade for Marcus Mariota. I think he's too inconsistent for the Patriots. I honestly don't know enough to really make a good projection, but the next quarterback that we are going to look at is Carson Wentz. I honestly do not like Carson Wentz, but if he went to the Patriots, I honestly do think he would succeed because he had one good season, and then he kind of fell off when the Eagles started, like, ripping apart their entire team. Like, he had that one really good season when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl and beat the Patriots. But the thing is, the Eagles wanted to go to the Super Bowl that year, so they signed a bunch of one-year contract players and cut contracts and stuff like that, so they could go to the Super Bowl because they had a really good team that season. And when they had a really good offense, Carson Wentz played like a god. So yeah, if the Patriots can upgrade their offense with more better receivers, tight ends, or running backs are amazing right now. So no, I don't think they need new running backs. But tight ends and wide receivers, they need those. If they can upgrade that and get Carson Wentz, I could see Carson Wentz taking us back to the playoffs. And the next quarterback that we are looking at is Sam Darnold. So as you know, Sam Darnold has really been not that great for the Jets. And he did beat the Browns, he did beat the Rams. But I honestly don't think that's Sam Darnold's fault. I honestly think Sam Darnold's another one of those underrated quarterbacks with a very, very, very bad team that he's playing for. If he played for any other team in the NFL, I'm talking any other team in the NFL, he would succeed. So, I mean, if we got Sam Darnold, I think he can make a playoff run with us again. I just feel bad for him. Because, like, he's like, oh, yeah, I got Le'Veon Bell. It's really good. He's really good. And we just got him. And then, like, he doesn't play that well. And then, after 1 year, they ship him off to Kansas City. And he all of a sudden starts playing not really well, but he starts playing better than he did on the Jets. I honestly do think if we got Sam Darnold, he would make that Tannehill type, coming back to the top. Because if you think of it, Ryan Tannehill on the Dolphins is kind of like Sam Darnold on the Jets. Like, both of them were, like, really good quarterbacks, but they were just in a bad system on a bad team. But when they went to a new team, they're all of a sudden good. So I honestly do think the Jets, because they have the second overall pick, because they won 2 games, so funny. Since they have the number 2 pick in this upcoming draft, they're probably going to draft Justin Fields or some other quarterback in the draft, and then they're going to trade away Sam Darnold. So yeah, I honestly do hope that they get Sam Darnold. He's one of my favorites that they get. So the next quarterback that they can get is Jameis Winston. To be honest, this is a kind of out of date article that I'm reading, so because Jameis Winston is going to be most likely the starting quarterback for New Orleans next season. So I'm kind of gonna skip over this one since I honestly don't think he's gonna go into free agency or get put on the trade block. But like this one is kind of true. The Patriots could get Tua Tagovailoa. Tua had a pretty good season with the Dolphins. Kind of weirdly inconsistent with the Dolphins. Well, inconsistently out there on the field, I mean. Every single time he was out on the field, I think he played pretty good. But Tua, I honestly would be happy if we got Tua. I can't believe he's played like 1 year. He's already on the trade block. Although, Miami got their one good player that made them win games. And they're like, nah, B, let's trade him away. So yeah, I would be happy if we got Tua Tagovailoa, but I honestly don't think Miami's really going to go through and trade him away. I think they're probably going to wait at least one more season. Dwayne Haskins already got onto that. So, Gardner Minshew II. Minshew Mania. As you know, the Jags are 100% going to draft Trevor Lawrence in the upcoming draft with their #1 overall pick. So, what is the future for Gardner Minshew? They're obviously going to release him or trade him because they could get something out of him. Gardner Minshew again falls in the category in good QB in bad system. I honestly think Gardner Minshew can really succeed if he gets put in a good system. I think if he goes to the Patriots, Belichick can build him up and he can be a good quarterback again. I really don't have much to say about him because I don't know much about Gardner Minshew. So the next quarterback that we can potentially get in the NFL draft is Justin Fields from Ohio State. I honestly don't know much about college, so I'm just gonna list these off because I really don't know much about college. I'm sorry. I mean, we have the 15th overall pick. If we don't trade it, we're probably going to trade it because, Belichick likes trading draft picks. We can also get Zach Wilson. Don't really know who he is. He played for BYU. Again, I'm not good with college. I'm sorry. Trey Lance. Trey Lance ain't falling to us, though. I only know about, Mac Jones is one of the ones that people are looking at. He played with the Heisman winner this season. I forgot his name. Kyle Trask. And that's pretty much it. I'm sorry. I don't know about college. I don't want to give out false information to people. That's the thing with this podcast. I don't want to give out false information or stuff. If I don't know about a subject, or if I don't know about this one college player, I'm going to say I don't know about this one college player. I'm not one of those people that spreads false information just because I don't know what the subject is. Anyway, those were the Patriots' quarterback options for 2021. Hopefully we can get at least one of those people that is not Ryan Fitzpatrick. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you liked it, press the like button. If you liked it, press the dislike if you don't. And make sure you hit that subscribe button and share it to your friends so I can become Patriot famous or whatever. I don't know. Why did I just put Patriot in front of famous? I don't know. That's kind of cringy. I don't know. So yeah, hopefully I can see you in the next episode of the... What am I called again? What am I called again? What's the name of the thing? Oh yeah, Homeland Defense. Yeah, yeah, I wrote it on a notepad. The Homeland Defense Podcast. Please subscribe.